What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Uptempo Podcast. I'm here with my co-host Dustin Smith tonight, and we are here to recap the 80-77 loss with the Auburn Tigers going to Morgantown, dropping a heartbreaker. It was a tough one to watch, Dustin, man. But first, I'm going to ask you, how was your weekend? And I know we're watching some NFL playoffs, the NFC Championship earlier, now the AFC Championship is going on as we speak. Joe Burrow down a tutter right now, man. How's everything been going for you?
Everything's good. I wish that the Sunshine State was Sunshine State. It's been raining for a couple weeks here, and I'm getting pretty tired of that. I know, same for you, only an hour away from me.
Yeah.
NFC Championship game, that was a dud, man. And like, what are you supposed to do when you're down to four quarterbacks and
Yep.
the only one you got can't even throw? So just really not even you can't even judge that one. Just
Yeah.
unfortunate. Um, and man, San Francisco, they just keep they just keep getting right there, and just they just can't get a break, brother.
Bad
And
luck, man.
that's kind of how I felt about Auburn on Saturday. Like,
Hmm.
I mean, I'm not saying we didn't dig a big hole, but man, it just seemed like every loose ball, every like crucial call, just everything. We
Yeah.
were just fighting the uphill battle the entire time. Just I don't know, man. We played. If you go back to the A&M game within the first half of West Virginia, we played 60 minutes of really bad basketball.
Oh, absolutely. I absolutely agree with that, Dustin. Man, the first half of that West Virginia game was some of the worst basketball I've seen in the Bruce Pearl era, honestly.
Mm.
Just there there was no cohesiveness. It just looked like we weren't even ready to be there. I don't know if it was the 11 a.m. tip, just a long travel. I'm not sure, but man, one thing that really stuck out to me, and I wanted to talk to you about it tonight as a main focus of this basketball team, and that is Wendell Green Jr. being the only guard right now that is producing. Okay. And we've talked about this on this podcast multiple times. I mean, week after week after week, man. How bad is it that Wynn just can't get help at the guard position, man? And I'm talking about Zep Jasper. All right. He's not getting it done offensively. Okay. I'm talking about KD Johnson. Nowhere to be found. All right. And he had 10. He had 10
Yeah, it
yesterday.
was his best performance in a while, but it's like
Yeah.
even when he goes off and misses that free throw, you're just like, okay, man, well,
Mm,
here you go. You had your chance to tie the game, and you still
mm.
like you didn't come up with clutch. That's just, I was getting excited. You know, he made that steal, and you're like, okay,
Yep.
and then it just when he missed it, it was just like, of course, Katie missed it. Like that's how I
Yep.
felt. It was like, of course you did, bro. Of course you didn't
Yeah.
tie the game. Same thing with Jalen, and like when he missed the free throw that could have tied the game. And when it comes to Wendell and there being nobody to help him, it's like he's already a small guard. You made a good point off air. It seems like when Mississippi State figured out, hey, let's trap,
Hmm.
we've seen it ever since then. We
Yeah.
saw it all through the A&M game. That's kind of what A&M's going to do anyway. They did it, but they did win the exact same way in the tournament game last year, the SEC tournament
Yeah.
game, and then we saw it from West Virginia the entire time. We figured it out somewhat in the second half, but at that point, you've dug yourself such a hole with just stupid turnovers, and we're down by 16, right? It's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, dude. My problem with the first half and my problem with the entire A&M game was the defense. I'll take I'll take the offense. I know.
Did
Uh,
you see that T. Higgins?
hold on, here we go. Yeah, Joey B's a bad man.
I
Joey
didn't mean to
Burrow,
cut you off.
the Jerry Barry Burrow, Joey B is sick, bro. He is a sick dude.
No doubt,
Um,
bro.
yeah, man, yeah. This is gonna be like 10 years of this. Like these dudes are just getting started. Pat Mahomes.
Facts.
I mean, this is wild. Like we talked about before, the Trevor Lawrence, the AFC, that whole scene is
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah, there's just no one to help win. You were counting on. I mean, Chance hasn't played in forever.
Mm.
Like, there's just you're getting nothing there. Um, what you would like with a guy like Win is you would like for the two guard to be a bigger guy. So like Win can play his game when that's fine. Like, obviously he can't make himself bigger. So
Hmm.
but there's things that he does well. Like I'm not gonna
Hmm.
discredit even the opponent that it was. I did just watch him go for what 16 and 13, 16 and 14. Like he's been
Yeah.
playing good ball. The thing is, you gotta have somebody to spell that. There needs to be
Yep.
like a nice combo guy to that. The way that Bryce Brown complimented Jared Harper.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that. Not only does he not have that, he doesn't have anybody at all helping him in
Yep.
any kind of way.
Yep.
So he's just having to carry the load. There's not even really another ball handler. I mean, other than Trey, but you can't run them together. So when
Yep.
Wynn's out there, he's the only guy bringing the ball up. It is just, how about Jalen trying to go coast to coast?
Man, that's the thing, Dustin, is like I was on a podcast earlier, man, and that is one of the biggest points that I made is everybody's like, oh, Wendell Green Jr. this, Wendell Green Jr. that, and I see them on Twitter, bro, and they're like, they're getting it win, and they're like, oh, you got to play better. What do you mean play better? Like Wendell Green Jr. has given it to us this year. Like he has given us what we thought we would see from him, and the people around Wendell
Mm-hmm.
at the guard position is who need to play better. All right, Zep Jasper, I'm calling you out. Okay, I want to see you shoot the basketball. All right.
6-year
I,
senior, like you can
yes.
shoot. We've seen you make shots. Shoot it.
Yes. All right. KD. All right. Where are you at? What is wrong? What is in the mental right now? I don't know. I saw flashes yesterday, Dustin. I saw flashes, but I need to see more. I need
Make
to
the free
see.
throw. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I need to see it elevated. Okay. Because what I saw last year, I'm not seeing the same KD this year. All right. And like I said earlier on the podcast I went on, I said, in my opinion, that is what's holding Auburn back is Katie Johnson. He's holding Auburn back right now. Did he play great defense yesterday? Absolutely. All right. We saw a slim version of what KD can be. All right. But I need to see it elevated going forward. Okay. Jalen Williams, I need to see you oozing confidence. 11 shots, 5 shots against A&M, 11 shots. That's not enough. I want to see 16 shots in one game. All right. Not 5 and 11. I want to see 16 shots. Okay. It can't keep being the Win and Joe Nye show, Dustin, because these two dudes are playing their tails off. All right. I need to see back to back performances from Flan like we saw a couple weeks ago. All right. I just I get aggravated, man. And then like you brought up a great point with off air. We were talking about Johan, and we saw 8 from Johan. He hit a 3 against South Carolina. That was on the road. We saw him getting kind of confident, kind of smiling and having fun. And then what happens after that, Dustin? What
Hadn't played
happened?
since. He hasn't
Hadn't
touched the
played.
court.
I mean, come on, man. Like I don't get the rotations either right now. Like Leor comes in, hits a 3, and then he gets 9 minutes. And
Same with Trey.
yeah, I mean, I, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what's going on, but you have a guy in Leor. What's one of our biggest problems, Dustin, is we don't shoot the 3 ball well. And you got a guy in Leor that every time he's on the court, what's he do? He hits a pretty big 3 when he's out there. Yeah, he might get beat on defense a couple times, but when he's out there, I see a guy that busts his tail and he makes plays. So I think he needs more minutes. I think Trey Donaldson needs more minutes. I mean, Trey, when he was in the game yesterday, that is when I honestly think that we really made the run to get back into it. I saw a spark with Trey. I saw him elevating everybody else's play, Dustin,
Yeah,
and
that
and
football mentality came out on the road.
yeah, and I think he's too athletic and he's too special of a guard to only be getting 9 minutes, man. Like that just doesn't sit with me the right way, man. I don't care that he's a freshman. I don't. I
Yeah, well,
don't.
it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter because what you were banking on rotation wise for the 3 freshmen coming into the season, that hasn't happened.
Yeah.
And so, and at this point, it's clear like, yeah, Trey's gonna have freshman moments. He's had some shaky performances,
Yeah.
Like you said, he was the anchor last night. He steadied it, man. He
Yeah.
came in, played good, and you kind of saw that free safety mentality. Like, I ain't scared of this. I'm not scared of this Morgantown, this road. Like, he's a
Yeah.
dog. The thing to remember with Trey is that he's ahead of schedule. Like, we didn't expect him to be playing this big of a role this early.
Mm-hmm.
So he's still having a lot to learn and come into his own. But like, I'm with you. I mean, when you look at the minutes that KD's getting and the minute that Zeb's getting, it's like, well, we can chop these down and give these to Trey. Here's the
Dude.
thing too. Here's the thing too. Like, Zeb for sure is not going to be on the roster next year. And if it keeps going this way, I know Bruce has a policy, and I know him and KD are close. But if you're serious about winning, then you're going to have to make a decision, and KD's going to have to get processed. So as like Trey's a bigger part of your plans in the future too. And if the other guys, if the seniors, if the veterans aren't contributing, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, let's go. Let's let the young guy get his run.
Do you think Chance is done for the year? Like, you think that's a wrap?
Dude, I mean, and yeah, I guess because like
Yeah.
we were blowing some people out where I thought, okay, if you're going to see him, you're going to see him. And like in the LSU game, like that
Yeah.
would have been the perfect time to put him in.
Mm-hmm.
There's been some situations where it would have been interesting if West Virginia would have kept blowing us out. Say we were
Mm-hmm.
down by 20 with it. It was 6 minutes to go. Does he put Chance in? I don't know. But like it appears like we're not going to see him this year. And the thing is, you look at the schedule, it only gets tougher. Um, every game is pretty tough after this, right?
Mm.
So are you going to put Chance in that moment? I doubt it.
Yeah, and Dustin, that's one of the things. I made a tweet right after the Georgia game, and I was an upset fan when I made it, and I said, "Hey, look, this was an NIT performance. What we saw tonight in Athens was NIT worthy." Um, did I really believe it at the time? No, but once again, Auburn has a chance to get a quad one win, and you can't get it done. So, who has Auburn beat this year? Auburn fans, talk to me now. Listen to me. Who have we beat this year? I'm waiting on it. Don't come up with. I don't want to hear Northwestern. Okay, I just they're 15-5, 6-3 in the Big Ten. The Big Ten is absolutely trash. It's terrible. I don't think it's a good conference this year. Who's the other win? Who's the other win? Colgate, Dustin. I mean,
Yeah, they're not there.
what Mississippi State? I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, who else have we beat? I just look, man. You better start picking up dubs,
You
Dustin.
got plenty of opportunities.
Plenty of opportunities, and guess what? If you keep losing right now, because every quad one game you've been in, you've stumbled. All right, and you know, I think we're pushing a fine line with not thinking that we could end up on the bubble. A lot of Auburn fans think that they're just a lot right now to just
Oh,
be in the tournament. They're like, oh, well, it's Auburn. They're in the tournament. No, we're not a lock. We have to start winning big time games. And it starts this week with Georgia and Tennessee. You get a home game midweek, and then you go on the road to Tennessee, which, in my opinion, is a bad matchup, like we were talking off air. A really bad matchup for Auburn, in my eyes. But you better get a dub this week at home against Georgia, a team that cooked you with, once again, their guard play cooked you with Oquendo as being their main guy. We know he's going to get his, but you better step up against their other guards because they had one guard. His name's slipping my mind right now. I think he had 20 plus on us.
mm-hmm.
So, it's frustrating as an Auburn fan right now because like we were talking off air, and the the times have changed in Auburn basketball. Okay, like we're not that below average program, that bottom feeder at the SEC anymore, Dustin. This program under Bruce Pearl expects to win. We expect SEC championships. We expect to go into the tournament, Elite Eight, Sweet 16s, Final Fours. Like we expect that, and so you're gonna have fans freak out. Okay, you're gonna have fans push the panic button, but that tells me that that's the sign that things are right where they need to be in the program. But when you come out and you get absolutely annihilated in your home building, all right, by Texas A&M. And it seems like they've had our number the past couple times out.
Yeah,
So, and then you go on the road and you lose to a West Virginia team who, in my opinion, you should have beat.
yeah, for sure.
Even though it was on the road, you should have beat West Virginia. So now everybody's just kind of, and I do like to see that with Auburn fans. But to sit here and think that Northwestern and Colgate are two big time wins, I'm sorry, I can't get down with that, Dustin.
No, I don't. There's not a big win that I can point to. I think Arkansas is like the most talented team we've beaten.
Yeah,
But I mean, and I think they'll. I don't know, man. The SEC is so up. I think Arkansas is going to still make the tournament. I don't know. Here's the thing for us. It can go either way. Like you've got a big opportunity this week. You beat Georgia and you beat Tennessee, and then I'm not going to say
Ooh.
I'm not going to say you forgot about this week, but then all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden you're sitting. You know what I mean? Like there's just say you just split with Alabama. Like man, you can almost go 500 down the stretch with
Yeah,
how hard our schedule is, and just be like, okay, cool. Like I've got enough good wins here because that means you
no
still
doubt.
want some really like we still got to play Missouri, dude. Like they're a really
Yeah,
good team, man. So yeah, this it's gonna be tough. Bruce has already said it's like the toughest stretch he's had to face in a long time. Um, but we have a veteran team. Like there's no excuses. We're not really depending on any young guys. All these guys have been in this before, so yeah, I mean it's feast or famine at this point. Like, you go sink or swim. It's all right here. It's not going to
yeah.
get any easier, but just about every game from this point on is going to be a big time matchup. So you've got every chance.
No doubt it's go time, bro. So, one thing I wanted to talk about tonight was the Stevenson kid from West Virginia, man. This is the third straight performance Auburn has given up a 30-piece nugget. All right.
Yeah.
Uh, any concern going forward? I know Stevenson was just absolutely getting the mismatch, shooting over the defenders, man. And once again, we know that is one of Auburn's problems at the guard position, the size advantage that other teams are going to have, man. But any concern going forward? And honestly, Dustin, that is one of the reasons why I think Tennessee is a bad matchup for Auburn, because they got some sharpshooters over there, and I think that's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, I'm very concerned that you're giving up 330 straight scores.
Hmm.
Because here's the thing. If we're going to do anything, we have to be able to hang our hat on defense.
Yes.
If we're not playing good defense,
Yes.
then what are we doing? Because that's our whole thing.
Yep.
So like, no, we haven't been playing good defense. It tightened up in the second half, but like,
Hmm.
listen, man, there's been some easy stuff inside, and that needs to get cleaned up. And a lot of times, man, we get lost, we over switch, we over pursue, and there's a guy wide open somewhere for three.
Hmm.
There's just little things that honestly we're too old of a team to be doing. It's too far in the season for these issues to be popping up. If
Yep.
anybody's going to get it fixed, it's Bruce Pearl. But yeah, I haven't been pleased with our defense for the last couple of games. So yeah, I'm not going to act like it's not a concern because if we're not playing good defense, we're not going to win.
Yeah.
We're not going to
Yeah.
outshoot anybody.
That's a fact. One thing, man, is like Auburn didn't shoot bad yesterday. What was it? What do we shoot? 48%. 40. I think it was 48%. Maybe I might be a point or two off. I don't know. It was around that, I would say. And then what do we shoot for three? What do we shoot for three? 30%, 31%. So it wasn't like we were our normal self, I would say. Um, I think we shot okay yesterday. I don't want to say okay. I think we shot pretty good yesterday. Um, but the defense was just atrocious in the first half, man, and we just dug ourselves too big of a hole on the road. But coming down the stretch, Dustin, and I know you mentioned it just a minute ago, man. Coming down the stretch, watching when it got tight, KD, all right, gets an AM1, Jalen gets an AM1. And we always preach this on this podcast, Dustin, free throw shooting. How painful was it to watch two veteran guys for Auburn go to the line and miss. All right. They just missed. And it goes back to the one thing that we constantly say, ooze with confidence. I want to see confidence dripping from you. And both guys, when they stepped up to the line, I looked at my brother and I said, they're going to miss, man. And he said, nah, they'll sink it. And I said, nah. I said, not on the road, not. I said, no. And what happened, man? It's just free throw shooting just has never been with Auburn. Let's be honest. Like, we've never been a great free throw shooting team. I don't get it, man. You got to hit the simple ones. You got to hit the freebies, man. And that cooked me, man. It cooked me for the rest of the day. Losing, because I honestly felt like, bro, if we would have gotten a lead, it was game. I just felt like we were playing that well, that if we would have gotten a lead, it was game.
That would have been one of the best wins in Bruce Pearl's tenure. When you consider, I mean, a 16-point comeback, qualifying win in Morgantown. Yeah, for sure. And the SEC, we got smoked, bro.
Oh, 3-7?
3-7. And like, I'm like you, where like I don't pull for the other SEC teams, but like when you put a name to it, when you're like, okay, this is the challenge. I was like, okay, well, I would like for us to win this then. And they kicked our ass. And
bro, Alabama.
I know. Yeah. Now Mississippi State beat Iowa State. Like our Tennessee beat Texas, which scares you for Saturday. Like our 3 wins were good wins, but it wasn't a good showing for the conference, and we didn't hold down our deal. We didn't hold down our end of it either. So frustrating, man. And just it's kind of like a nerdy thing, but for me, like I'm still pissed off about Penn State, right, in football, because when are we going to play Penn State again? Like, you're not going to go to Happy Valley again. You're just not. Probably not in our lifetime. We're never going to get Florida State in the freaking Rose Bowl again, dude. That's a dream, bro. That is a dream. Like, especially being from Pensacola, man. If you sat me down as a kid and said, you're going to play Florida State in the Rose Bowl, like, bro, oh, come on. And 21-3, and we blow it. Like, there's opportunities, right? You're gonna play in Morgantown probably one time. Like, and I know that seems like corny or whatever, but like, for real, you're gonna play there. Like, this is your one time you're probably gonna play there. And we played them 5 times ever in basketball. So and we lost. Like, I'm tired of us doing that. Baseball goes out to USC at the beginning of the year this year. I know this is a tough ask for a young baseball team. Find a way to win that series, bro.
Yeah.
Please, for man. Me.
It's frustrating, you know, and one good thing, one good positive of yesterday was watching Alabama just get absolutely cooked. Okay. I loved it. I loved every second of it, Dustin. Watching them just get, I mean, Oklahoma couldn't miss, dog. Like they were hitting anything and everything yesterday. And watching the Alabama fans just sit there and crumble. All right. And immediately what'd they start doing? Talking about Auburn. All right.
Got to.
But the SEC got cooked, man. And like,
yeah, we did, man.
It kind of showed me that we're really not. It kind of hurts us, in my opinion. It kind of hurts us that we went 3-7, and when in the eyes of the committee, that's not a good thing. Like, if we get to the bubble or have a few teams on the bubble, they're going to look back at this and be like, "Hey, man, is the SEC really about it?" Because they got cooked in the Big 12 Challenge. Like, I don't know, man. It was disturbing yesterday to just watch the bad performances all around the league. Like, I mean, Alabama just got torched, bro. I mean, they couldn't do anything. They couldn't hit shots. They weren't playing defense. Like, Oklahoma was just cooking from anywhere. I don't know. It was a rough day for the conference, man. Auburn struggling. I don't know. You know what, Dustin? One good thing is hearing some rumors about LeBaron filing, though. All right, that's a positive. All right, when I hear these rumors of LeBaron, the 6'4" point guard from Mobile, Alabama, plays at Baker High School right here in my own backyard, man. Watching what he's doing at the high school level and watching Bruce and Coach Flan just get after him in the recruiting process, man. I know there's been some rumors that Jeff Lee is maybe moving towards a crystal ball there. How big would that be? How big of a get would that be? And I know the other kid up in Jersey.
Yeah,
Uh,
Tedford.
yeah. That would be a huge get as well. Uh, I mean, how exciting is that for Auburn basketball?
So you've already got Aiden Holloway on board.
Oh man,
And but Peyton
McDonald's All
Marshall,
American.
yeah, and then
McDonald's
Peyton
All
Marshall, the
American.
big center,
Yeah,
like 300 pounds. He's gonna have to lose some weight, but
yeah.
um, yeah, I've watched LeBaron play. I'm gonna get up probably
Yeah.
next weekend, see him play again. Definitely want to see him in the playoffs. But yeah, the thing with him is he's 6'4" already, so you probably think he end up at 6'5", maybe 6'6". And I watched him hit 6 straight threes. Like I watched
Dude.
him hit 6 straight. And here's the thing. So he hits them off the catch and shoot. He hits them off the dribble. Um, there's nothing he can do like as far as in the layup, like in the lane, left hand, right hand. I can do. He can do anything. The kid he's next level, and he's really
Yeah.
the only threat that Baker has. So I paid attention to how he leads. And he just seems like he's a really good kid. He
Hmm.
controls the whole game with the ball in his hands. Uh,
Hmm.
just a very high IQ player, and the most important thing is he's big and he can shoot. Like there's not any question about it. This kid can light it up, and he can score. I saw him hit it every way. Like I said, layups, dunks. He had a sick alley oop, went up and got it. So like I said, 6 threes in a row, and then 2 or 3 mid range as well. Like
Mm.
he's the real deal. Offensively, he is the real deal. And then Tedford is 6 foot, so he might end up at like 6'1".
Yeah.
So not the biggest guard, but also not 5'9", like Bruce seems to have an infatuation for.
Yeah.
Um, and then Aiden Holloway, same thing. Aiden's about 6'1", so 6 foot. But
Yeah.
the thing I like about that combo is their games all complement each other, and
Hmm.
then it's what do we get from Chance? I mean, is there anything there? What do we?
Any chance he hits the portal, Dustin? Like
I
maybe
really, yeah,
I
I
don't
really
know.
don't know. I have no idea. It's
Like
almost
I haven't heard anything like that yet. I don't
it's
know.
just it's such a weird situation. I mean, I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised if he hit the portal, um, but it's not like he's been. If he's upset, he hasn't been vocal, and
Yeah.
it's certainly been airtight. Like we
Hmm.
would have heard something, something would have leaked somewhere. Somebody would have said something. So I'm I don't know, man. That's just a really weird situation. I'll say this all I can go is of what we saw, and when he was on the court, he looked like the most lost person out there. Like
Yeah.
even worse than what we've seen from Johan. I mean, you remember the last time we saw Chance was when he had a wide open layup and he almost hit the bottom of the backboard with it,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
haven't seen
And
him since. So
you remember the Memphis game when I thought he broke the glass with that three, and I tweeted, bro, and I was like, bro, Chance literally just almost broke the glass, dog. Like he threw it up there so hard, but like
KD be
that's
doing that
not.
on layups.
Oh my God, man! Look, and if you're listening to this pod as an Auburn fan, like we're not downing these guys.
No,
I know their potential. Okay, so that is what I want to see. I want to see a KD Johnson get back to last year's form. We're not making fun of these dudes or downing them or anything like that. We just know what they can be. We
saw
saw
Chance in
Chance.
Israel.
Yes, like took the words right out of my mouth, Dustin. Love the chemistry, man. We saw him in Israel and what he can do. We saw what Johan could do. So that is what we're wanting to see from these cats because we know it's there. We know that this team could potentially be a Sweet 16 ball club. Like we're not stupid. We know that. But I want to see it. I want to see it get put on the hardwood. And I know it's there. But this is all just frustration, man. And I think
Hmm.
we're thankful that this wasn't a conference loss that um,
That's a good point.
yeah, I mean
Still
that
six
was
and
my
two.
big. Still 6-2 in the conference. I'm cool
Yeah.
with that. I'm not mad about it. We're thankful this wasn't a conference loss. It stings on the road, but Georgia picks up a conference win yesterday over South Carolina. So you can revenge that loss this week. All right. Revenge that loss, and we're going to be okay. I think we're going to be okay. All right. I think, like I said earlier, that the expectations are just so much greater right now. This fan base is just kind of, they throw shots in the dark after a loss, Dustin. And I do it too. I'll throw one out there and be like, man, because I'm just ticked off that we just lost a heartbreaker in Morgantown. I'll throw a shot and be like, NIT team. Because do I believe that? No. Do I believe you could find yourself there with this hard schedule coming up?
Yeah, for
Yes.
sure.
But I do love where Auburn basketball is at as a program. Just it's so much better than what it used to be. But my point to this is, Dustin, I want to stop hearing after a loss. I want to stop hearing, well, you don't remember where Auburn basketball was. And I know you talked about it off air, and I know it gets under your skin just like it gets under my skin. You don't remember the Tony Barbie days. Yes, we do. We were there. We lived them just like you did. I mean,
I was there. Chickens were a lot cheaper, but I was there.
oh man, that is so true, man. That is so true. Tickets are through the roof. I mean,
And see, and so that's part of being able to be pissed off about it.
yeah,
Like I used to be able to pay $20, go up to Auburn and watch us get smoked by 30, and that's fine. But now it costs $300, so I don't want to watch us get smoked. Like
yep,
that's just that. And Bruce got the nice raise, and he earned it. And I love Bruce, and I think Bruce is the best thing that ever happened to Auburn basketball.
no doubt.
And even further, like more than that, Bruce helps out the university. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, this guy he lobbied for years to get an all basketball facility. And the reason he
Yep,
did that is because he needs it. Like it's
yep,
hard on him to run his program and recruit the way he wants to recruit every day when he doesn't have the things that he needs. But NIL happens. And then he realizes, oh shit, Auburn's behind in football. We can use due to a scholarship limitation that we'll get into later, like on later baseball podcast. But there's a
yeah,
weird situation with scholarships where Auburn is at a big disadvantage than the most SEC schools. So we can use NIL to kind of close the gap there with our
mm-hmm.
SEC competitors. And he also he saw it in basketball, like, okay, I've got to be able to have the funds now to go get these guys.
Mm-hmm.
What was the kid's name? Phillips that we lost to Tennessee, right?
Yeah,
That was basically an NIL thing on the victory, or if whoever it was at the time, I think on the victory would just get started, but whoever was at the time basically said, hey, Bruce, this is the cap, bro. And then
yep,
Tennessee was like, well, we're going over that. So Bruce kind of realized, okay, like just the whole school. So he backed off of his facilities and said, you take the money and put it into NIL first,
mm-hmm.
and then come back to me with the facilities.
Mm-hmm.
So Bruce, I love him. Like what he does for the
No doubt.
university, I understand what all of it is. He has built this program to the position of us being critical when you lose 2 games in a row. Like he has built us into that. So
Yep,
yeah, absolutely. Don't try to say like, listen, this is basketball. I predicted us to lose 8-9 games at the beginning of the season. So
yeah,
I'm not freaking out when it happens. But we're gonna call, we're gonna call bull crap. So I don't need you to read off the creed or tell me about how great of a fan, like, well, it just is what it is because we used to suck.
yep.
Huh? Or I guarantee you don't take that attitude into football this year, will you? If we lose a couple of games, you're not going to be like, oh well, that's just what Auburn is now. You won't be saying that.
So don't go around on Twitter calling yourself a blue blood, and then when you lose,
Right.
backing it up and being like, "Oh well, you don't remember the Tony Barbie days."
Yeah.
Don't do that, man. Look, if you're gonna go around saying you're a blue blood,
Hell yeah.
take it on the mouth like Kansas did during that 3-game losing streak, and then they walked into Rupp Arena last night and waxed Kentucky. All right, that's how you do it. That's how you go about it. Okay, so I do want to see that. I'm tired of seeing the whole, well, it's the Auburn creed and you don't remember those days and all that. And Auburn basketball has come so far. Yeah, it has come so far, and I'm glad that it has. But I'm sick of seeing just after losses, man. Like, no, if you're going to call yourself a blue blood, act like it. Act like it. Be the guy. But before we get out of here, Dustin, one last question, man. And I know we've had a streak, and our streak seemed to be getting broken here lately. But when the polls come out tomorrow, is Auburn still ranked?
No.
No.
Yeah. No, I don't see how. Yeah. And if you pay any attention to how they're taking every opportunity they can to have us not ranked.
Yeah.
They're not gonna go out of their way to keep us in there. They want to get us out. I don't think this isn't like some Auburn fan conspiracy. If you just paid attention since Bruce Pearl's come to Auburn, the establishment doesn't like us. So, well, no, we won't be ranked, but I don't really care. And here's the thing, like I said, you've got so many big opportunities. So just build up that resume. You look at the close loss to USC on the road. You look at the close loss to West Virginia on the road. If you win other big games and you have a nice resume, then at the end of the season, you can go back and look at those games, and it's not really going to hurt you that much in seeding. It's not going to hurt you that much in the eyes of the committee. As pissed off as we are when we lost them, because they're going to look at it and say, okay, well, they have these nice wins, and then what, a 3-point loss to USC, on the road, a 3-point loss in Morgantown to a good West Virginia team on the road like that. That's not going to kill you. Like you said, if it starts spiraling, if guys don't start stepping up, if somebody doesn't start helping win out, then it falls out of, it can go down fast with the schedule we got. So it's going to start this week with, they better be pissed off to play Georgia. They better be ready for Georgia. I better not see them come out flat again.
Don't get your feelings hurt, man. How about Pat Mahomes just fumbling that snap, Dustin, and Cincy getting on it? What?
Yeah, it's gonna be a classic. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Hey, one of my boys in this group chat we're in, right, bro? He just said, "Here's Patty's flu game," and as soon as he said it, he fumbled the snap, and since he got it, and he was like, "Man, I'm as bad as Buffalo Wild Wings commercials." And but man, Dustin, before we get out of here, man, I'm gonna give you the floor to drop all your social media stuff, your content, your podcast that you do. I know you got your YouTube channel and stuff like that, man, just producing all kinds of content, NFL, college basketball, football, all that good stuff, man. Let us know where we can find you at.
Yeah, buddy. Appreciate you. You can follow me on Twitter, DMcShaud, DMICHAUD 28. I have something coming out Tuesday on another podcast network talking about the Auburn football recruiting class. So on Twitter, I'll post that link and everything. Yeah. And got your boy Josh going on to do the Oklahoma podcast soon. We were going to do that. Some things came up. I had to get a new internet, all kind of stuff. But that's coming out soon. So plenty of content coming. Big week, man, over at Southern Sports Daily. Follow us there. And then Up Tempo, man. Follow us. Give us a like, Spotify, all that as well.
Yeah, man, we're gonna start kicking this YouTube page up and start uploading these bad boys on YouTube and get things right, man. And just really starting to try to push this thing and grow the content. And for all of these Auburn fans and whoever, man, I'm gonna start kicking it back, going and getting 247 on 3 guys, getting them in here and talking about college football and college baseball. And I want to get back to that here shortly. And Tuesday, big announcement, Dustin. The biggest one, maybe to me, the biggest one that I've had so far, man. Mikey Matuk, national champion at LSU, the center fielder, starting center fielder for the 2009 national champions, the LSU Tigers, man. He was a true freshman that year. Come in about a quarter of the way through the season and just started the rest of the way, man. One of the GOATs of LSU Tigers baseball. He is going to come on Tuesday, and me and him are going to sit down, and we are going to get after it about this number 1 preseason ranking. I'm going to ask him what it was like to play in Omaha, what it was like to be a true freshman and step into that role in center field in Alex Box Stadium. What was it like? How much pressure was there? And we're going to talk about their baseball recruiting. Brian Kelly, year 1, man. So I'm just extremely excited about it. We just keep getting these guests, man. And I appreciate Mikey for even responding to me, man. Like his podcast, like 15,000 followers. Like he's up and coming in the LSU industry, and he's just growing each and every day. And extremely nice guy, man. I messaged him. He said, "Hey, no problem, man." He said, "Sorry for taking so long on the response back." He was like, "I've had a crazy month," but he said, "I would absolutely just enjoy to come on your podcast." He said, "I know you're an Auburn guy." He said, "I'm an LSU guy, and we can talk college baseball." So that's extremely exciting to me, and we're gonna keep getting after it, brother. So
Yes,
I'm
sir.
excited.
Nonstop.
Yeah, man, I'm excited where we're going, and with that being said, we're gonna end this one here. And War Damn Eagle to everyone, and we will catch you on the next one. We're out.